Speed fans. So with the new update in Need for Speed Unbound, we have a new drag mode as well as a new drifting mechanic. And honestly, this has probably been the best update so far, as well as having one of my favorite new additions to the car roster, which is the Mustang Dark Horse 2024. Honestly, this is really fun to drive in both regular drifting and even drag racing, which we will get into here. As you can clearly see the tire in the back, we have a drag build with us, and I will just say this is my favorite drag car I have in my arsenal. I mean, I have others like the Porsche and S Plus and the other Mustang and A Plus, which I will show you in a later video. But this right here is a S-Class build, and honestly, this performs really well. I have some gameplay to show y'all of me just absolutely tearing it up in the freaking drag playlist. So we'll get into it right here. So we're keeping the stock engine right here. So the stock engine is, in my opinion, one of the best. You could use the hybrid V8, but I just kept it stock because I just really love it. Plus the idle is just so good. Just listen to it right here. God, you love to hear it. But anyway, parts. We have the Elite Induction. We have Super ECU. We have the Super Fuel System. We have the Elite Exhaust. And for this one, this is very important. I've done some testing, and this, in my opinion, is the best one for like half mile. Turbocharger, Elite. Now, if you want to do quarter mile, you could go with the centrifugal, or you could go with the screw supercharger for the low end speed for the quarter mile. But for the half mile, I'd use turbocharger, and you're gonna see why I have that. For nitrous, you keep that stock, and that actually helps you save a few points so you can push it to a certain extent. Suspension, we have the Elite Road Suspension for the best acceleration, or actually no, actually yes. Yeah, it doesn't really matter which one you use. For brakes, in all fairness, you could lower the brakes if you want to. I just kept super brakes because why not? It doesn't change anything. For tires, we have the Elite Road tires. Clearly, it doesn't matter which ones you use, but road tires are just better because overall I use this thing for racing as well. We have the Elite Clutch. That's going to be very important. It helps you with that acceleration. You could go with Super, but I just prefer this one. For the transmission, you could go with the 5-speed. If you go with the 6-speed, it bumps it up to S Plus class, and obviously with 7-speed, it goes even further. And of course, we have the Elite Differential for the all the way to the grip. So auxiliaries don't matter. Handling all the way to the left. We have steering sensitivity. It doesn't really matter since you're drag racing. In terms of downforce, you have all the way high just to lower that PI. Because if you go up, yeah, it goes to S Plus class. A solid build for drag racing, and it may not be the best per se because this update just came out, so we don't know the ins and outs of drag racing entirely, nor have we all tested each car. But overall, for a new car, this is a very good build. And so let me show you guys what this thing can really do. Alright, getting to this first race here, we have a rental Charger, Porsche, and a Ferrari. Now you guys are going to see in this video that Ferrari is going to be a very big problem for me. Not really a problem, more like a big challenger. But yeah, when it comes to burnouts, just tap the trigger. I'm only doing that for like the effect. You don't really need to do that. You can just hold the gas or whatever. But yeah, hit the first gear, hit second gear. Now what I'm gonna do here is I try to wait it out, but clearly that Ferrari hits his NOS way before me, gets out really ahead. So I'm trying to run him down right now, but clearly when it comes to that, he just has a good enough top end where I can't catch him immediately. So of course we gotta do a few driver mods for that to happen. So as you're gonna see in this next race, I tried to do a few different driver mods, and it turns out it's not as simple, or not really the timing of it was the correct wording for it. So in terms of like trying to use your burst nitrous, for me and for some of you at home, the best thing to use your burst nitrous for is to try to get to the next gear, or just like try to get a boost ahead so that way you can hold it. As long as you have a good enough top end, like right here, I am able to get out ahead of this Ferrari. Unfortunately, he hit his burst nitrous again. I could have caught him, but unfortunately I ran into that car, so I lost all my momentum and speed. Overall, you just gotta try to time your burst nitrous right, and if you can do that, you can get a really big edge over the competition. Even so, even if they have a faster car on the top end, you have such a big lead, it doesn't really matter. Alright, heading into the next race right here, what I'm going to try to do is try to land all the shifts I can. Unfortunately, I missed the first one, so I wasn't able to get the first nitrous, unlike the Ferrari. So I have to end up playing another game of catch-up, and that's the problem here, is that whenever you miss your shifts, you have to play catch-up. It's really hard, considering another car has a really good top end, and you have a better top end, but they already have such a big lead, it doesn't really matter in these drag races. So heading to this next race right here, I'm going to make a driver change and make sure I land all the shifts. When it comes to landing the perfect shifts in this game, it's a little finicky. So the way you land the perfect shift is that you don't shift it as soon as you see the green. You shift it like a split second afterwards. As you can hit it like a split second afterwards, then you can get that perfect shift. So here, got the perfect shift, got the first nitrous, perfect shift. Again, I'm just letting the car run out, just saving it up for the next perfect shift. Got the perfect shift again, hit the nitrous, and as you can clearly see, that Ferrari is nowhere to be found. Hit the car actually, and I get the win. So yeah, it's very simple if you just like practice your shifts and practice like the gearing of the car, like getting your shifts down with the car you got. But if you do that, these drag races become a lot easier, and you will find yourself winning them a lot more. Alright, heading to the final race here. We're going to get the perfect launch. Make sure to get that first shift, perfect shift, nitrous, perfect shift. And here's the part where I told you guys about the turbocharger before. Hit the perfect shift again, hit the nitrous, and as that turbo just riles up, we pull him back in at the top end, just getting the win. So that's why I say for the half miles, get that turbocharger for this Mustang, because that top end speed can really save you if you're like neck and neck and the turbo just keeps spooling up. And it's better than supercharger, because supercharger, it's good at the low end, but if you get stranded at that top end, you're just a sitting duck out there. So yeah. Also, when it comes to the start of these races, make sure you're looking at your speedometer in the bottom right. As you can see here, it still has the perfect launch on it. Hit that and you get a way better launch and a better chance of hitting your perfect shifts at the start. Once again, perfect shift, you get ahead of the Ferrari, you get the perfect shift again. We're still pulling on with the turbocharger, and we crossed the line. So yeah, again, really solid build with this Mustang, and I do feel like there's going to be a lot more really good builds. But in terms of like as a starting, this is just a overall solid build. If you just want to win a good couple races or get some good results, I definitely recommend using this car and just having the setup that I have on it. And overall, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little build. I'm trying to do some other things on this channel, so yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys later.